Welcome to Real Dad Bro Talk, where all the guys come to hang out. 100% real talk with Matt and company. Here we go.
All right.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Bring the noise.
Welcome to another epic episode of RDBT. You got Nick and Matt here again for another awesome episode of Real Dad Bro Talk, man. How you been, buddy?
Buddy, I'm doing fantastic. It's 78 degrees outside. Just got done making steaks on the grill for dinner tonight.
Nice.
Threw brewskis to go with it.
Nice.
That's a good way to end the night for
Was
a
it
day
more?
off.
Was it more BrewDog stuff? Beer?
No, I finally did one of those. You go to Kroger and they you can kind of make your own 6-pack.
That's a good deal.
I found a whole bunch of different ones tonight.
It's not a bad idea, but I mean, $10 is kind of dumb for only 6 beers, though. But I guess if you do that with a lot of them,
Those BrewDogs I drink are $9.99 for a 6-pack, bud.
Well, it's the same thing.
Then
I guess
this one
for
you get a little difference in there.
I get it then. Makes sense. I saw they're opening up more stores too.
They are.
Locations.
I think they're up to like 3 of them that are either currently open or getting ready to open here in Ohio.
Nice. Well,
growing.
If you're listening, BrewDog, Nick's keeping you in business, man. He's probably got 20 cases in his basement already.
30.
So, 30. My bad. But no, we got another good episode for everybody tonight. We're going to do a Not Brought to You By again. And we're going to do the Emergence of Esports. And you're really going to dive into this one because this is going to be more of the people making money on online gaming pretty much, right? With Xboxes, PlayStations, things like that, or even just like the computers, the computer gamers. And then we're going to talk about one that's, we should talk about, right? But how we get the lady in the mood. Like is there a go-to move for you? We'll talk about that. And then we're going to talk about how the Brownies decided that that this was the year they should do the Hard Knocks on HBO, right? Is it an
Good year
HBO?
for it. Yeah, it's on HBO.
That's what I thought. So not brought to you by, man. So you're going through a situation right now where you're getting a new home, right?
I am. Very close to moving in.
I mean, I could probably, through not brought to you by, we could keep going on and on and on, just about how people are dumb and what they do, and just not brought to you by as far as, you always talk about products, but it could be dumbass people you always come encounter with that just don't know how to drive, or you name it, all kinds of stuff. But you're trying to find a fridge. So what is your situation? Is it all fridges, or is it a manufacturer, a certain one?
So I think my not brought to you by this week isn't by a certain brand, a certain company. It's a certain product in general, and it's refrigerators. This is the first time personally that I've had to purchase one. We've lived in an apartment and then a townhome, and both of those had a fridge already in it. So it's nothing I've ever personally bought. I've had different appliances, washer, dryer, pretty easy to buy. Refrigerator is a new thing for me. So we started kind of looking. We're getting ready to move here in about a little over a month. So it's time to start getting all these appliances we're going to need. And
man, you didn't negotiate that into the deal with the home?
It was something. Well, we're building a home, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I'd be like,
so it was something we could have done, but it was something I didn't want to factor into the loan, and it was cheaper just to go out and buy your own.
Right, gotcha. Okay, continue.
So
Sorry.
we started looking, and I think the thing that's frustrated me the most is when you look at refrigerators, there's a bunch of different styles. You got your standard doors down the middle. You got these French door where you've got 2 doors up top, your freezer on the bottom, and then there's different variations off of that. I think the thing that has frustrated me the most is counter depths are pretty universal, how deep your counter is. The fridges, if you want one that actually matches right up with your counters, it's about 50% more for a damn fridge that'll actually fit in the hole that it's meant for.
Mm-hmm.
If you want one of the ones that is a little bit cheaper, but still a nice fridge, you got your fridge sticking out a damn foot to where every time you walk in your kitchen, you're going to bang your toe. Every time you're trying to sweep, you're having to sweep under the damn thing. It has gotten me so frustrated.
Well, they do that on purpose. You know that.
See all these ones, it looks nice. And then you see the ones that stick out, like, oh, okay, those ones look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but those are the ones I can afford. All right, well, the ones that look like shit looks like those are the ones that are coming on. So my not brought to you by are by all the manufacturers of these damn fridges. Just make one frickin' size to where the ones that actually fit in the hole that you have a fridge for, those ones should be the ones that are the most affordable. If you want an oversized one, which in my mind I would think would cost more because you got more room in your fridge, those ones should be the ones that cost more because you got.
So let me ask you this question. So why wouldn't you do something pre-construction in the kitchen then to where it would fit better? Make it stick out more so that you know what I mean?
Personally, on ours, there was no option to make counters stick out further where the fridge would line right up. Those were kind of set height, width, depth. Yeah. But these fridges, man, they got me so frustrated and so pissed off that if you want one that actually looks nice and matches right up with the wall and the counters, you're going to pay an extra $500, $600. So that's my not brought to you by are from every frickin' manufacturer of fridges.
Let me ask you this question. Where did you look at?
Buddy, we've looked everywhere.
You did?
Lowe's, Best Buy, Home Depot, online.
It's kind of everywhere. I was saying, man, if you just went to Lowe's is expensive as balls lately. Like you look at them and compare to other people, and you're going to spend a lot more money at Lowe's. So I was just thinking if you just went to that one spot, you should probably, which I'm sure you already looked, but.
It's pretty much across the board. It actually looks nice, and you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay for it.
Yeah. Do you want to know what else I don't? This is not brought to you by. This isn't a manufacturer of anything. This is just at the age that I'm at right now, right? So I'm 35. 40? Shut up. I'm 35. I'll be 36 this year. But not brought to you by is adult acne. What the? When did that shit even? There was this whole thing in my head that once you hit like adulthood, that shit was done. That you don't get pimples no more. That was a lie. Whoever told me that, you're a liar. Because I still get pimples to this day, and they annoy the bejesus out of me. Do you get pimples still?
Nowhere near as much as I did in high school.
I agree. That's true.
I still use a damn cream every day in the shower just to make sure that they aren't popping up.
That's bullshit.
But it is still a real thing. That shit never goes away. So,
why is
not brought
that?
to you by God.
That's on you. You're going to hell for that. I'm not saying that. That's on you. I am not saying that. God, that's on him, man. That's not on me. Let's see what else. So this esports thing, man. You're gonna get really into this one. I have a confession to make. I've never really done the gaming thing online ever. So you brought this to my attention, which makes total sense because I mean we've talked about opening up our own Twitch, right, and doing things like that, and because Twitch is getting more rave right now than YouTube, so a lot of YouTubers are switching over to Twitch and playing these games and interacting this way during these games. So it makes sense, right? I mean, if their movement is going there, why not? And this is just one avenue, this is Twitch, but I'm sure there's multiple different ways that you're talking about when it comes to these online gaming. When you say online gaming and esports, tell everybody who's listening because you said it to me, and I automatically thought like some sort of like, when you say sport, I'm thinking something like a physical sport where there's movement, like you're playing with a ball, a bat, or something, right? So what is esports?
So esports kind of encompasses everything when it comes to online gaming. They have tournaments now. They have competitions. They have Twitch. They have YouTube. It kind of encompasses everything where it's people competing, or I even include people making money simply playing a video game and 80 to 90% of them are streaming themselves and having some sort of interaction with their viewer base. And it's something that has, I would say probably in the last year, somewhere around there, has really taken off, and it's something that people that you wouldn't even think are paying attention to it. I think the stat that kind of boggled my mind when I started looking into it is Twitch is a streaming service, and something that we're hopefully going to be on soon here as a Real Dad Bro Talk channel. The only thing it is people playing video games and streaming and talking to their chat. That is the only thing Twitch is. There is a streamer. His name is Tyler Blevins. He goes by the name of Ninja. This is his username.
Okay.
This guy, I want to say it was 2 months ago, and it differs from month to month based off of they have subscriptions that people pay anywhere from $5 to $25 a month to subscribe to their channel, and the only thing that does is give them some little emotes, and they can go into this thing called sub-only chat, where the only people that can chat and interact are people that are subscribed to the channel, anywhere from $5 to $25 a month, and I don't know what percentage they make off of that. And donations. And when the people donate stuff, the broadcaster is more likely to read and interact with that person, so you get a lot of donations. This Tyler Blevins, 2 months ago.
You're going to blow my mind, aren't you?
In one single month, $500,000. In 1 month,
What?
playing video games and interacting with his chat, made $500,000.
How does that happen? How does he get to that? How does he get to that point where that many people are watching him and donating money? Like, what is the big deal with it? I don't.
He had over 200 and so thousand subscriptions, so that was part of it. And then just based off of people just donating money so that they could see their message appear on the screen, in hopes that when in the middle of him playing a game, he's going to see it, read it, answer the question, interact with whatever they said. $500,000.
So how does Real Dad Bro Talk get from nothing to 100,000? Like, how did he get from where he was to where he is? Like, how did that happen?
Now this is something that a lot of these people that are on there, that are your bigger names, have been doing this for a long time. I want to say that Tyler Blevins has done this for about 5 years. There's other ones that have done it for 3, 4 that are still making probably, I would venture to say, over $100K a month.
What are you doing?
Not everyone's making.
What are you doing? Why are we making money on Twitch, man? Huh?
Who would have ever thought when you were 14 at home playing? Let's see. When I was younger, I was always playing. I
was playing Madden all day.
Game Day.
Game Day.
I think it was Game Day back then.
Okay.
Who would have thought you could have grown up, just played Game Day, streamed it so that other people could tune in and watch it, talk to people while you're playing it, and make that kind of money?
So now that we're
absolutely absurd.
So now that we're behind the ball on that one, how do we make money on it? How does so for all the dads listening right now, bros, whatever, and they haven't done this either. Okay, so let's say they never started. Let's say they have a Twitch account or whatever. They play some Fortnite or whatever cool game is out there now. How does the average Joe like me and you start making anything on these? I mean, like, is there a good starting point for us?
I think the starting point is just getting on there. And the thing that I've noticed, I've tuned in and watched a few of these people. The best part is just you have to have a certain kind of personality that people really connect with, and you have to really be able to engage. Yeah. If you're having you have to be able to have a good conversation with your chat, read what's going on, but you also still have to be good at video games. If you're just going on, for example, let's say that Fortnite, and you log on and you start playing and you start dying every 5 minutes, no one wants to watch that. So you have to find a game that you're good at. You have to interact with your chat, and I guess that's a good starting point in trying to hit that $500K a month. It boggles my mind, and I can't imagine playing a video game, and this guy, I would say he probably plays 8 to 10 hours a day.
What?
Which is a long day, but I mean, the dude's playing video games. He's sitting in the chair on his computer playing video games.
I'm making $500,000 a month. What do you mean? Like
Making that much. I was playing 24 hours a day. They want to pay me that much.
Now so people see you. Like right now, I see you through our Skype, right? Because we're recording the podcast. So they would see me and you, right? Or whatever, playing a game.
All the ones that are most successful have some sort of video element to it, where they have a little box. You can see the guy playing a game. You can see him laughing, chatting with the people that are watching. And then in the background, on your main screen, you've got the actual video game going on.
So I think people would be afraid of you. If they saw your face come up on their TV, legitimately they're grizzly bears in the room, and they're running for their life. Running.
That's a possibility.
We gotta do. Wifey, if you're listening to this, Xbox One, you hear me? Need it. We gotta get on this Twitch thing.
Isn't there a thing called Christmas in July? That's
no,
right,
it's
around
called
the
Father's Day.
That's even closer.
That is this next month. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. We didn't get a chance to say that. Did we?
Agreed.
Happy Mom's Day, everybody.
But
We gotta make a big deal. We gotta make a big deal about Father's Day. For real, bro talk. We gotta think about that.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah, we gotta think about that. Maybe we'll do like a contest where people can like send pictures of them and their kids or something like that. And we'll talk about it. I don't know. We'll think about it.
We'll find something.
But okay.
But
so esports, man, we gotta figure this out. Can I do it on my PlayStation 4, or does it have to be an Xbox? I knew we were talking about that.
You can, for using the Switch for example, people stream off their PlayStation, they stream off their Xbox, and the biggest one, I would say, is more than 75% of them is a computer. People seem to have better gaming skills on a computer. So it's something that you can really do off of just about anything. You just kind of have to get on there and start doing it and seeing if it works for you. Either it takes off or it doesn't.
Right.
But with the amount of money that's being poured into this thing,
gotta do it. Have to do it.
The biggest game right now is that Fortnite, which is everywhere. The makers of Fortnite announced that they're going to be having tournaments.
Oh, jeez.
They want to kind of pour money into other people doing tournaments featuring their game. They've already committed to investing $100 million.
What?
Into tournaments.
Is this a joke right now? Like, you're throwing numbers at me that are really just like throwing me for a loop, dude. Honestly,
$100 million they've committed to investing to have their game played in various tournaments.
And then so tournament winner wins money.
Correct.
Get out of here, man.
The amount of money that is being generated off these games is just ungodly anymore.
That's
with how many
crazy.
people are watching it. And personally, I've watched it. I do watch it, and it's almost for me, it's almost like a TV show that's on 8 to 10 hours a day. There's different people and different personalities you can watch, and a lot of it comes down to it's not necessarily so much the game, it's the broadcaster and the jokes he's making and the different interactions he's having. A lot of them pair up. We'll do games together, so you get a couple different streamers playing the game together, so you can get different personalities playing the same game, and it's
so me and you could play together. But you were saying I can't do a PlayStation cannot play with an Xbox. Is that right or no?
I don't think there's a way for games to be able to kind of connect together. You can play and stream and talk all on the same thing.
So how does that work then? So like, should you be smart about how? So let me ask you this question. So you said that. So, but people can watch me on any platform. But if I wanted to play with you or with somebody else, it would have to be the same system.
For a PlayStation and Xbox, yes. From what I've seen, you can do a computer can connect to an Xbox, or it can connect to a PlayStation, just using a different channel to do voice chat. Discord is kind of like just a generalized chat where you can connect to Discord and you can talk with different people no matter what they're using, a cell phone, computer, an Xbox, PlayStation. But to be able to play the game, Xbox can connect to a computer, PlayStation connect to a computer, but I haven't found a way that a PlayStation and an Xbox can connect together.
So which one's a bigger platform of these users for esports? Are more of them using Xboxes or PlayStations?
Neither. Computer.
Oh, you said that. I know that, but like, so for me and you, for example, right? Are you going to get a new computer to do this, or would you use your Xbox?
Me personally, like I said in the last segment, I'm moving in a little over a month, so I'm sticking with my Xbox.
So, but I'm saying, so like, should I buy an Xbox so we can get this shit rolling?
Buddy, you can do about whatever you want, but the main
is the
streaming tool is a gaming computer.
I'm not about to drop $1,200 on a computer, though.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
They are expensive. They are stupid expensive.
Yeah.
To be able to run all the programs that you need. But it's just when you start looking at the numbers of, and this is just playing video games. This isn't going out and
how do you play a video game without a controller?
Being able to do physical things. This is playing a video game.
Yeah.
And being able to make a living, being able to afford your home, all your bills, and then some.
Shit, I'd have all my house paid off, cars paid off in 1 month if I made $500. So when you're playing on a computer, though, are you using like the up, down arrow, space bars in your mouse, or are you like, do you get to have like an actual controller?
You're using
all your different. Too much. Why is that so? I don't want to do that. I'm playing a game. I want X, 0, A, and B.
It's something you have to learn. Personally, I've never done.
Not doing.
I've never played a game like this. I played when I was back younger in high school, living at home, playing Age of Empires and Roller Coaster Tycoon. I had no problem playing those, but you start playing action games and stuff where you're competing against other players. It's a different beast. I've personally never done it. People do it. I think it's just one of those things you have to learn and have good kind of hand-eye coordination with what numbers you're hitting. But
well, I'm Twitch. I'm coming for you, man. But I'm not doing it with a computer right now. I'm gonna baby step into it with an Xbox. So, wifey, Xbox me up. You heard that.
And there's some big names playing this thing.
Chase Gilroy. Chase, my buddy Chase does that stuff too, man. Chase Gilroy and Roman Atwood. Those dudes are on there making money off of. I know that. I've seen them make it. I just didn't realize it was that big.
That Ninja has played with Drake a few times. I mean, these are big name people that are getting on there, and they see that there's a chance to make money. So why not? If you can sit in your chair and make money playing a video game,
right?
Why not give it a shot? See what happens.
That's crazy.
Even if you make a couple $100 a month,
should I take it? A video. Yeah, I take it. I take it in a heartbeat.
It's something that within, I would say, the last probably year has completely taken off. And there's whole other aspects to this. There's games that have been around for a while. There's a game, it's called Counter-Strike, which is kind of like a Call of Duty Battlefield type thing. It's an older game. I want to say it's been out, 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Where people form teams off of these things. You have kind of a team that practices and goes through different things. And they actually travel to these events and have tournaments where you can make money winning these tournaments. So there's so many things that encompass this esports, where it's Twitch is kind of the big one right now because people just sit at home, stream, talk with people, make money. But there's also a competitive side to it where you can go and compete in tournaments. And my guess is this Fortnite is probably going to be coming here soon, where you're going to start seeing tournaments with that. And they've kind of already started. And the developers of Fortnite, like I said, that $100 million to make tournaments.
That's crazy.
It's something that it's 10 years ago, you'd have never thought this was something you'd be talking about, where people could play video games and make this much money. But it's a real thing. It's here. It's now. You can make a killing.
All right. We got to figure it out then. We got to at least give it a go. But this leads in. So, I don't know about you, but do you know what would not put my wife in the mood?
Playing video games.
100% right.
What would put her in the mood is seeing a check for $500,000.
You said homeboy been doing that for 7 years, though. She's going to have to, I mean, that'd be baby, I can't. Nah, I can't get that today right now. I can't. I got to play some games. What do you think? How do you think that would fly?
I don't think it'd go very well.
Your girl would yeah, she'd kick you right in the throat. So
She'd say, "No, go work some overtime and make some money, bub."
for real, do what I know is gonna work. Go work a real job, not video games. How are we gonna do that? We gotta do that on the sly somehow. Not really on the sly, but just not. We'll figure it out. Anyways, so the one thing you want to talk about too was getting your girl in the mood, right? So what is
that's
it?
something everyone always is wondering when you're
Mm-hmm.
you're wanting that date night or you're wanting that alone time.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you personally do that you know is your go-to move or something you do or what really sparks your old lady? And I know your wife.
You better not say. I was telling you earlier. Maybe if you're hearing this, I told him not to say that.
Let's go. It's go time, brother.
You asking me? Or are you going to tell me what yours is? If you're asking me, my wife will tell you, man, all day, every day. That's all I do, constantly. I'm all over her all the time. She thinks it's kind of like sometimes it's funny, you know. She's like, quit it, stop it, and I'm like, you'd be mad if you'd be bummed out if I didn't do this every single day to you. And she's like, you're right. She's like, because I mean, I don't know what it is. Like my wife. Man, she's, in my eyes, like she's the hottest, sexiest person in the world, honestly. So, when it's game time for me, a lot of times it has to happen at bedtime. When the kids are asleep. Has to, because we got too many damn kids running around. Can't, get, quality time with kids running everywhere like that. So, it has to be a bedtime. And, like, I know, like, certain moves with the massage. She probably gets the idea too, like when the massage is particularly better that night, or a little bit more intense or longer, then she might know I'm trying to put her in the mood to, it's time. And then certain areas she likes where it feels better, So those the massaging and stuff and those types of things is where it kicks off for me. But in all honesty, man, all day every day I'm trying to get her in the mood. From the time she wakes up, from the time she goes to bed, I am all over her, trying to get her to, even for 5 seconds. I'll do it for 5 seconds. Just say I did it for 5 seconds. Get her in the mood. Let's do it. So yeah, getting in the mood. I don't need any. I don't think there's a particular.
I don't know how I feel about that answer. I feel like that one's a little bit of a cop out. But
what do you mean? That's how it is.
So I'll give you an example. So if I'm on, say, my off day, my wife's at work, and I'm like, I really want to impress my old lady. Mm-hmm. I want her to come home and be like, all right, maybe tonight's one of those nights where we have a little alone time. You're 100% correct. It's got to be after the kids go to bed. So that's always first and foremost, is getting them fed and bathed and play with them a little bit. But personally, one of my go-to moves, if I'm home during the day, I do two things. Mm-hmm. One is I do as much cleaning as I can humanly do. And second, I make a damn good dinner. Whether it's going to the store and getting salmon, it's one of our go-to ones, or popping the grill out, making some steaks, making some hamburgers.
You made some steaks tonight, man. So is tonight the night?
Anything grilled to where she doesn't have to cook. It tastes good. I'd say those are my probably two go-to moves. There's one, having a clean house, so she doesn't have to come home and do any cleaning. Mm-hmm. And two is making sure dinner is already thought of and taken care of, to where she comes home, she eats, doesn't have anything to do with it, can walk around in a clean house.
Yeah.
Put the little kid to bed. I would say, me personally, those are my go-to moves. So, but I know she isn't going to be tired once she goes to bed, because she had to make dinner, she had to clean up, had to put the daughter to bed. Save a little energy for the late night session.
So what you're saying is, though, like, when you do that, like, she knows, right? Does she know then?
She knows what I have in my mind.
Hmm.
If I do all those things.
So it's not in your mind when you're not doing those things?
Oh, 100%. It's in my
okay.
mind 24/7.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. All right.
But if I'm really wanting to put the effort to make sure that something good is going to happen come the nightcap, those are the things that I'm going to do to try and make sure that, hey, it's go time, brother.
You know what sucks? Is when you do that and you got it all laid out in your brain and you're thinking about it's going down. Like, like for example, like right now, you like you said, you got the grill out, you did this. In your brain right now, it's about to go down tonight. And then your daughter doesn't want to go to bed tonight in a timely manner. And then it's just I mean, for me, that's not the funnest thing in the world when, you know, my youngest decides that she's not going to allow daddy to have that end cap.
Have you ever heard of the term blue balls?
I've heard of this before.
I think that might be one of those times that if you plan something out all day, you complete the actions that you've planned out, you get to that nightcap, and the kid doesn't want to go to bed, or doesn't feel good, or there's a storm, so she doesn't want to go to bed because she's scared because it's loud and lightning and thundering out.
Is that when you
give you a case of blue balls?
And is that when you have the conversation to your daughter and you say, "Look, tonight is not the night to be a cock blocker. You need to stay in your room." Is that okay to say that? Can you say that or no?
I think that's just when you whisper in her ear, "Please God, go to bed, and I will give you whatever you want.
I will
tomorrow.
buy you a bag of candy. I don't care. Just get out of here and stay in there."
God, go to bed. And
Oh man,
don't care if you go to sleep.
Don't
Just
come back and
stay
get up.
in your
And,
bed.
yeah, you can just play on the iPad for just give me 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 good minutes, and then you can come right back, I guess. Oh, man. But no, I mean, that's one thing, though. Like, I love my wife, man. She's so hot. So, if you're listening, sweetie, I just want it all the time from you. That's all.
Must really want the Xbox.
What? I'd buy the Xbox if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying, I could if I wanted to.
So I gave you examples, so you don't have any certain example. You just say, I think about it.
Mine's at the end of the night, man. Like at the end of the night, if I rub harder in certain areas,
lotion and back rubs.
Yeah, man. If I give a good back rub or a good foot rub or a leg rub or those types of things, yes. That's because I always rub my. So here's the thing: I rub my wife's back every single night, right? So I rub her back, or whatever. But like when it's like go, like I'm ready to go on that night. It's a good back rub. It's like, Daddy got to get into this one. Let her know that I'm feeling it, and she better not. You know, it's time to go, man. So mine's like my moves to go to is the massages. Could be a weird thing to do.
Do you have a different lotion you use? Or
I don't
is it
use
the
lotion.
same every time?
It's where, listen, it's the intensity of how I massage and the length of it, and then so she likes it. So like if I rub like the outside the back of her thigh, it's game time, man. That's all. That's the game time move right there. You know, then she knows like, it's about to go down, and then we go down. You know, it's game time.
Now let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
While you're giving this rub,
Mm-hmm.
back rub, and outer thigh rub,
Yeah.
are you watching HBO's Hard Knocks while you're doing it?
No, but I am watching Netflix, but not HBO's Hard Knocks. I don't have HBO. By the way, F DirecTV. That's my not brought to you by. F you guys. I'm done with y'all. Y'all cost too much money. I'm doing Hulu Live, and I'm doing Spectrum, where you get the live broadcasts, you know, the live local channels, and you pick 10. And then you get HBO for $3 a month. So I'm doing Spectrum and Hulu, and that's still going to be only $67 a month compared to the $130 DirecTV is trying to charge me. So But no. So you seen the Hard Knocks? How long has it been out? It's been out for a while, like 9 years, something.
It's been a while that they've been doing these different teams every year and following which team has the biggest off-season stories.
Yeah.
This year being the Cleveland Browns.
I agree, though. I 100% agree with this one. I feel like they're the most compelling team that I want to hear about, even though I hate douchey Mayfield, and it is what it is. But to hear and kind of see, I want to see him be a douchebag and have like Josh Gordon be like, "You're a punk." You know, I want to see that. That'd be kind of interesting for me to see that stuff.
You got to imagine you're going to get some good personalities when you have Josh Gordon, who can't stop smoking for 5 minutes to make his money and play in the NFL. And then you got Baker Mayfield, who wants to plant fags in the middle of the field and
grab his nuts.
Grab his nuts across the field after he wins the game. Those are two big personalities. You have to kind of applaud HBO for thinking they're a good team to go to their off-season practices, and it ought to be interesting to seeing Baker Mayfield. You got to imagine he's coming in and wanting to compete for that starting job, even though Cleveland has already came out and said that 100% Tyrod Taylor is going to be under center to start the year.
You can't believe that.
But seeing this kid's personality, Baker Mayfield isn't going to want to accept that. He's going to want to come in and prove himself and tell Tyrod Taylor to suck his nuts. So I'm interested to watch it. It's something I haven't watched every year. I've actually watched very few of them.
I've never watched it. I've heard stuff about them. I've never watched them.
I think that ought to be an interesting segment. Watching
I would actually watch that.
Practice each other.
I'd actually watch this one. I really would. I would be interested to kind of see because in a lot of, and not just like the Baker Mayfield, the Josh Gordon story, but you hear how dysfunctional that team is and the stupid shit they do, and how just how they don't take it seriously or just whatever it is. Because you went 0-16 last year. Like that's just not normal for a professional team to go 0-16. So I'm kind of curious to see is Hugh Jackson just a pushover and just do dumb shit in his practices, or is he actually mandating and doing things and making them run sprints, or are they just basically giving him the finger and saying, "No, I'm not doing it. You suck." So I kind of want to see how they run the show down there.
I'm 100% on board with you. I'm interested to see it. I'm wondering how many episodes in it'll take before they have a meeting on how to roll a correct blunt. And they teach their players the correct way, and I'm assuming Josh Gordon will probably be teaching this class.
I'm sure
on the correct form, the correct type of paper, the type of marijuana you want to use, so you can get a different variations of what kind of taste that you're wanting that day. I'm interested to see how many episodes it takes till you get to that class. I'll be interested. I might.
Dude, listen to this. Epiphany. I just had an epiphany. Listen. So here's what we do. We become Twitchers, right? You hear me on this one? Listen to me.
I'm listening, bud.
Twitchers. So we're going to be Twitchers, and then we're going to own a cannabis store when Ohio legalizes marijuana. So we'll be in the marijuana store, selling the shit out of that, playing video games, making a boatload of money.
That is an interesting concept, bud.
It's a great concept. It's not interesting. It's an amazing concept.
Doing podcasts at night.
What if you did? Yeah, we have. Let's say this. It's like a freaking smorgasbord full of cool shit we can do. We have our podcast little studio there. Then we have our cannabis store in the front. And then to the other side, you got 8 computers. So people can all come in and do the twitching with us together.
The twitching.
Is that a thing? They call it twitching?
I don't know what they call it, but I know it ain't twitching.
So it's not like a weird, twitching your arm. That's a good idea. If anybody's listening, man, help me get that business plan together.
Is that a $500,000 a month idea?
I think it's $1 million. $1 million.
Signed, sealed, and delivered, bud.
I got to figure out how to get the cannabis stuff legalized in Ohio.
I think you got to have Josh Gordon as your spokesman.
So when we put this one out, we got to do at Josh Gordon. Is that what you're telling me? Who else is a big pothead? Is Snoop still a big pothead?
Oh yeah.
All right, got hit up Snoop.
What is Seth Rogen? Is that
Oh
the
yeah.
actor's name?
That's true.
Pineapple Express. He'll
Is he a
teach you.
dad? He's not a dad. Is he?
Honestly, I do not know. I would assume he is.
Really? We gotta get him on our show. That'd be some funny shit, wouldn't it? Get Seth Rogen on our show, smoking dope, recording it, blazing it. Fantastic. That wouldn't be interesting. That'd be fantastic. What are you talking about? What do you think about that? What do you think about legalizing marijuana? I was talking to Salong when we interviewed Salong, and he's from Washington, the state of Washington, and I asked him about that, and literally he said like on every corner, he's like, it's just super weird, and he kind of misses it. Back in the day when he wanted to get it, he had to work for it. So but now, no one has to work for getting weed. You can walk in the store and just buy whatever you want.
I would
Which
say
that would be weird. Wouldn't that be weird though?
I would say my take is it's a plant that you can grow. It's nothing you really have to manufacture. You grow this plant, you make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between that and alcohol? They both have a different effects on your body, but the same type of reaction.
I agree, man.
Kind
I'm on your. I
take
agree
some of
with
the
you.
steam side off. As long as you're doing it responsibly, we already have now with alcohol, drinking and driving, having all kinds of stuff, but it's still legal. If smoking marijuana, smoking weed, in my mind, it's the same type of thing. I think as soon as they could figure out how to regulate it and make sure that the big wigs are getting their cut, and the state and federal governments, it'll be there.
Well, they are. I don't know why. I don't know what the holdup is in all the states to do it. Maybe we won't all be such assholes to each other either. Maybe we'll be a little bit nicer and not just constant dickholes, just getting pissed off at everything. People just getting pissed off about everything these days. But I'm with you, man. I think that'd be it'd be weird. It'd be super weird. And it'd be really weird. Think about this. Let's say you could be like 18. Let's just say that's the legal age to do it. Let's just say that. Is that right? Or do you have to be 21?
We'll put 21. Same
21.
Same age as alcohol.
How weird would it be just to have like your daughter roll up to your house just smoking a J? Because it's probably going to happen. Right?
Look at it this way: if you have a kid that's old enough to drink, we'll say you have a daughter. She's 22. She's with her boyfriend, husband, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
She's not driving.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna have a few drinks at your family dinner.
Sure.
I know when I go to a family dinner with my mom, my dad, or whatever, I typically have a few beers.
Mm-hmm.
Get a nice little buzz on, and in my mind personally, it's the same exact thing as getting drunk, getting buzzed. It's just a different form to get the same result. To relax a little bit, to just kind of feel good for that night. I just come down to whenever they can figure out how to make their cut, you're going to be able to walk into Kroger's. I'll take some weed, please.
So weird. Hey, you know what else I just thought about? So our new concept, right, that we're going to do, this new store that we're going to build out. What would be your go-to munchie food if you were blazing one up?
My go-to munchies is actually called Munchies. It's got like Doritos, pretzels.
No, think of something different though. Think of something that me and you could make and sell
brownies.
it. They can't have wheat in it.
Cookies?
Man, so like a bakery. Like a bakery?
Bakery. When I get drunk, I want sweets.
There you go. My wife is a fantastic baker. My wife is a fantastic baker. So I think we came up with this crazy idea. Is now we just put a bakery in the cannabis store, the podcast studio, and the Twitcher area.
It's a lot of stuff going on at once.
How about put the bakery next to it? Not in the same area. How's that sound?
Now,
Bakery will be separate. Just Blaze Bakery.
Just Blaze.
Now that'd be the cannabis store. The bakery. what would you call it? 420 bakery?
Real Dad Weed Talk.
But it's a bakery. We're not talking.
The bakery?
That's original. But like you're saying, like Wake and Bake. Wake and Bake. Oh, there's a Wake and Bake donut store in North Carolina, by the way. So I can't do that.
Already taken. You got to think of something else.
Wake and Bake. We'll think of something. See, we have all these ideas. I have no capital money to invest a lick of this, so these are all ideas. So one of these days, if someone wants to invest in my ideas, just holler at me. And me
Keep
and Nick
listening to the podcast. Keep exiting out as soon as the podcast starts. You have that little ad that plays before it. Listen to the ad. Podcast starts. Exit out of the podcast. Listen to the ad again. It's kind of like your shampoo bottle that says rinse and repeat.
And then just listen to the podcast like 20 more times that week as well. And then tell everybody about it. Then this podcast will spread like wildfire. But, yep, we need to get these numbers up for the podcast. So if you're listening to it, by the way, upper part of Michigan, the northern part, up northern peninsula, pretty damn nice looking, not gonna lie.
But I'm starting to think you're going to be wearing a Michigan jersey when
Never
you do
happened.
these podcasts. You've been in the state of
Wouldn't
Michigan
happen.
so much lately.
Wouldn't happen. The only way that you have to do it over my cold dead body and you have to sew it to me. That's the only way that would happen. Otherwise,
Just saying.
it would never. I'm just
Spending
saying.
a lot of time in that state up north lately.
I will say the Upper Peninsula, very beautiful. The lakes, it's not like Buckeye Lake, dude, where it looks like there's shit in the water. It looks clear. It's kind of weird to see clear water in
Just
the lake.
got to listen to Tim Allen and his little Getaway to Michigan commercials he plays on.
Oh, Pure
on
Michigan.
TV.
It's Pure Michigan.
Pure Michigan. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, well, I'll give everybody props. Upper Peninsula, pretty nice. Not too bad. So, what else you got, man? Anything else?
I think that's all I got this week, bud.
I think so too. I think that's it. We should really think about that idea though, of a store. You know anybody's got a lot of money? Just wants to give us money? For no reason? I
I
don't
do
know.
not.
Yeah.
I wish I did, but I do not.
Me either,
Maybe
dude.
Josh Gordon. Maybe he wants to be an investor.
There's got to be other people too. We got to think this through. But remember, what's that one dude that one dude that lives in Cincinnati, is super famous. He was going to be a big time investor in the weed in Ohio. He was like a singer. I can't remember his
Pasco
name.
Flats.
Are they from Ohio?
They are from Ohio, but that's not the right answer.
Oh, no, that's not it. You're right, that's not it. But anyways, if you guys want to hit us up, man, what?
I will say on the last this note, we talked about it in the last podcast about Joe Burrow. He finally came out this week and picked a new school he's going to. I'm glad it's not a Big Ten school. He's going to play at LSU. So the same kind of thing as in the last podcast. I wish him nothing but the best as long as we don't play him in the college playoffs. He has finally picked his school, and he will be going to LSU to finish out his career.
Well, good for him, man. Hopefully he does well, and like you said, just sucks when he plays us if that happens. So, I agree. But for anybody listening, go to Instagram, check us out there. Go to Twitter, go to Facebook, go listen to us on Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Still trying to get on Spotify. There's still a massive amount of people trying to get on there, so it's just taking some time. But if you have any questions, you can go to info@real.roadtalk and hit us up there. And then until next week, we appreciate you and thanks.
Join us next week for another epic episode of RDBT. Keep track of what we're doing on all social media at Real Dad Bro Talk. Till next time.
That's how I'm with. 5 bands a show now, and you know it's going up. Plays in the millions, guess I'm finally blowing up. Oh, what the feeling. 10 years making beats. Patience tastes bitter, but the aftertaste is so sweet.